Just right quick, before you start watching the video, if you're watching this on YouTube, would you go down below there and click on the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel so you'll get notices from these videos when they're first put out. Also, down in the description, several links to some guides that I've written down there that might be of interest to you, would be some help to some people. I've written one on armed volunteer church security. I've written another one just recently. Put a guide out on 7 errors that affect accuracy and how to correct them. I've also put out a guide on how to form and operate a shooting group or club to do it successfully. That includes range rules, legal considerations, disclaimer forms, the whole thing, all in those guides down there. So check out the guides down there in that description, along with some other links that will be valuable to you. Thanks very much. Let's get on with the video. Hi, I'm out here at the range today to do some shooting, and the first thing I'm going to do in my shooting is I'm going to dispel some myths. I'm going to dispel the myths surrounding Winchester Forged Steel Ammo. I've heard so much about this. In fact, I've heard too much about it now. Winchester's had this in production for I don't know how many years now. It's a number of years now. And they did have some problems. Admittedly, they had some problems with this ammo when they first started making it. An odd powder residue on it. The case is kind of rough. It's developed though in its manufacturing. And I'm going to dispel some myths about Winchester Forged Steel Ammo. I'm going to be shooting it out of 2 guns over here today. These 2 right here. And I'm not even going to say which kind of what brand or model guns those are until we get done shooting. Both those guns have been through multiple range sessions over the last few months, and they haven't been cleaned before I brought them out here. So I'm going to be taking them just like I would, just casually shooting, and haven't been cleaned. I'm going to shoot 200 rounds, splitting it up between these 2, 100 each, of Winchester Forged Steel. I've heard so much about this, how these things will shut down any gun. Guns I got, none of them will shoot it. Junk ammo, that's what I hear about this over and over and over again. So I'm going to show you today what Winchester Forged Steel Ammo will do through these 2 guns. Then I'll talk to you about what kind of guns they are and talk to you a little bit more about the ammo. Another myth I'm going to dispel is that once you shoot this through your gun, a few magazines or for a while, it will cause your brass ammo to stick in it. So after I get done shooting the Winchester Forged Steel, I'm going to shoot a little bit, not a lot, but some blazer brass through it just to see if it actually makes the brass ammo stick in your gun after you shoot the forged steel. So, does forged steel shut your guns down? Let's see if it shuts these 2 down, and then let's see if it keeps the brass ammo from feeding. Okay, I've got the first gun loaded up here, and I'm not going to make you just stand here and just put the camera on my hands and just make you watch the gun go over and over and over and over and over again. I'm going to be having a little fun out here shooting different kinds of targets. I'll try to put it on some of the targets, but you'll get to see the guns run. If there's any failures, I'll walk them over to the camera and show them to you. And if you see me doing things kind of odd this morning, think I've lost my mind. For those of you that are safety hawks, I've got my gun in my pocket here, but it is a cleared firearm with a no magazine and the action back. But it's freezing out here this morning. Right now the tips of my fingers are numb, the inside of my nose is freezing, so I'm keeping the coat on, and I just need to be able to work with my gun here. So I'm not doing anything unsafe here, it just looks kind of odd as I do it. So here I go. I'm going to start with Winchester Forged Steel, go through 200 rounds of this ammo. I've started with the first gun. I'm going to run 100 through one gun and then 100 through the other one. So here we go. Two magazines down. All good. And here we go with round 2, another 2 magazines, same gun. Two more down. These are 18 round magazines, so these are the last 2 here. It doesn't take long to go through 100 rounds. Last 2 magazines with this gun on all these targets again. If I could hit the targets, it would be better. All rounds down. One gun. I'm on gun number 2. Got 3 magazines loaded. Just dropped one of them. Got some gravel down in it. Hopefully that won't affect it. But just got I've got 3 magazines loaded with Forged Steel Ammo. 3 magazines. Next gun. See how it does. My aim is not excellent, but that's 3 magazines, no failures. I finally unzipped my coat because I had to have a magazine holder. I keep dropping my magazines in the gravel. 3 more magazines. This is the last of the ammo. Forged steel. Second gun. Here we go. Got 2 cameras set up to cover the whole range this time, so this is the end of it right here. 200 rounds forged steel ammo, 100 rounds each, 2 guns. It all ran. Now, what I'm gonna do now is go get some blazer brass. I'm gonna load up 3 magazines for this gun and 2 for the other, which is all I have, and I'm gonna shoot all that brass out of it right quick to see if shooting the forged steel through these causes the brass to stick. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm back to gun number 1. 2 full magazines of blazer brass. Now I'm just going to shoot the magazines that I've got here. 2 magazines with this gun, 3 with the other, all of blazer brass. That's still going to go through around 80 something rounds. Just to show you there, that is blazer brass. To see if shooting Winchester Forged steel through a gun will then cause your brass ammo to stick. Let's see if it will. No brass ammo stuck. There was 34 rounds total. None stuck after shooting Winchester Forged steel. We'll try it with the other gun now. I'm with gun number 2 now. Got 3 magazines of blazer brass to see if this gun has any stoppages from shooting forged steel through it before shooting the brass. Except for getting my finger caught in the between the magazine and the bottom of the grip here when I slammed it in. It kind of took me by surprise there. But there were no failures with any of that brass after shooting forged steel. No failures with brass out of gun number 2. I want to tell you about the 2 guns that I used to shoot that with. One of them was a Smith & Wesson M20 9mm full-size duty pistol, and a lot of you will look at that and say, well, yeah, that's not surprising. That's a good gun, and you won't surprise you that if anything would run it, that would run it right there. But the other gun was this big full-size monster of a gun. This is a 9mm Remington RP9. Now this is a gun that has been one of the most poorly reviewed guns online for the last several years that you'll find anywhere. Review after review after review showing these guns failing over and over and over again. This one has been, I mean, my advantage was I know both of these guns have operated perfectly, and they've operated perfectly with this ammo. And that's basically what I wanted to show here. This gun has operated perfectly for me since I've had it. It's got, I don't know, probably 1,300 rounds to it now of every kind of ammo you can imagine, including lacquered steel and everything else. And it shoots this forged steel just like it does everything else. Remington RP9, that gun came in at about $200 when I bought it. Not a high-priced gun, but it shoots Winchester Forged Steel Ammo. A couple weeks ago, I did some reviews on a Taurus G3, which I know a lot of people are getting them and they're just shooting all kinds of stuff, but it failed over and over and over again with this Winchester Forged. So let me just talk to you about Winchester Forged here. First of all, I'll show you a couple of them. Hopefully it's not going to blur in the camera. This is a couple of them right here. I won't get in too close, so hopefully it will. The camera's zeroing in on my face right now, and hopefully it's going to get those two cases right there. Nothing special about them. When Winchester first started making these, like I said, there were some problems with them, but cases are smooth. There's no wash coating on them or anything. Nothing that appears to be any kind of a polymer coating like there is on some AR ammunition now. They are jacketed lead core bullets, just like your others, boxer primed, and smokeless powder, just like all your other ammo. They work in guns that work. If you have ammo that's not going through a gun, I'm sorry, it's not the ammo, it's the gun. It doesn't mean a gun is necessarily bad, but if a gun fails over and over again with multiple types of ammo, including this, it's an issue with the gun. Obviously there can be a gun that will shoot 100 different kinds of ammo and find one that it doesn't like. It's just not compatible. But guns are manufactured with tolerances that are measured in hundredths. Not like we do with the tape measure or something where we're measuring something to cut something, in hundredths. In measurements that we can't see with our human eyes. These guns are manufactured to shoot a wide variety of the most common ammo available. And Winchester Forged Steel is made with that in mind, is for these guns that will shoot the widest range of ammunition possible. It'll shoot through Glocks, it'll shoot through Smith & Wesson, it shoots through that RP9. If it'll shoot through that, it ought to shoot through anything according to the reviews. But the reality is, there are all kinds of low price point ammunition out there that's on the shelf right now that is very good for practice ammo. Winchester Forged Steel, you know, use it or don't use it. Whatever you want to do with it, don't you know, get down here on the comments and act like I've slapped your mama because I gave this stuff a good review. It's practice ammo. It's inexpensive, comes in at a great low price point, and in my guns, obviously it works. When I miss out here, it's just because I'm missing. I'm moving fast through this stuff, and I'm not aiming real well, but I'm shooting pretty fast. Anything I shoot is going to do that, including with the brass. Also, what I showed you was that once I shot those guns, once I put 200 rounds through those guns, 100 each, Winchester Forged, I shot the Blazer brass. These are the Blazer brass I was shooting. I'm watching my camera focus in and out on it, and nothing stuck. And that's been a myth that's been perpetuated now. When I had a gun that wasn't working a couple weeks ago with Winchester Forged and failed with some other things, I said, well, it's probably because you ran that forged steel through it first. No, it's not. It's because the gun was not manufactured to tolerances that will manage everything that I was shooting. These guns do. Winchester Forged Steel, it won't cause brass to stick in your gun. Winchester Forged Steel, it should shoot through your guns, your defensive handguns that are made to shoot a wide variety of ammunition. I'm Mark Rogers, Christian gun owner. I hope that helped some of you and didn't make anybody mad. Winchester Forged. You can do what you want to do with it. I just wanted to give you the facts of what it really is and how it really works. I'll see you soon.